They say your 30s is all about stepping into your power. But first, you gotta show up like the main character. Because it's not all serious, it's about fun and joy too. And none of that happens without the people who pour into you. I'm Toni, and welcome to another episode of Toni Talk Tuesday.
I've never done a photo shoot before. So, there's a first time for everything. First. Walking into 30 with first. I love that. And I feel like that is exactly how life should be. Like, you should always continue exploring, doing things, trying things, and but also have a partner that promotes that, for you. And so I'm really, really, really appreciative. And I'll just make it quiet. So get that out the way. So I'm really excited. First, I'm going to start with I did my hair last night. And when I say it was eating, it ate so much that as I was done, mind you, this is like midnight. I literally called my little sister. I said, I'm the Instagram stylist now. Me. Me. Okay. Booking coming soon. Like, that's how good I felt about my hair. So I'm really excited for the unveil. I used a 1.25 or 1.5 inch curler, hot iron, whatever you call those things. I used that to do the curls, and I did the curling method like the girls told us to do. Curl your hair back, curl it to the side, curl it so it frames your face. And when I took down the pin girls, I adored it. It was just so beautiful. I did also decide to do my makeup myself, and that's I have two reasons for that. One is because every time I've gotten my makeup done, to be honest with you, I've hated it. Yeah, I've gotten my makeup done enough to know that I don't like when y'all touch my face. I don't like how y'all do it. Sorry. And so I've decided to do my own makeup. And I know my sisters were like, are you sure? And I mean, there were a few makeup artists that I do like in this area, but they either don't have really early appointments or they were booked up. Also, I'm kind of late planning on this photo shoot, just in all honesty. So yeah, there's that. But honestly, this photo shoot has made me just reflect on, in general, turning a milestone birthday has made me and allowed me to reflect on a lot of things. But I will say, just preparing for this has made me reflect in a really great way. All of the lessons that I've learned up until this birthday, everyone and everything that has poured into me, all the opportunities that I've had, it just brings me a greater sense of gratitude for turning the big 30. I'm so grateful. I wish I could really just come out the camera and show y'all how much gratitude I have in my heart. I'm just so happy. I'm just so genuinely happy. And I really I thank God. I thank God. Literally, I don't have anybody in this life to thank but him. And so it reinforces the fact that I don't know, my faith means so much to me. If it wasn't for him, the big man upstairs, I don't know. I don't know what this birthday would look like, And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I'm taking into 30. It's just hey, look, whatever, whoever, however life happens, always keep him close. Always keep faith. Because one thing I recognize is that my faith has carried me places that I could never take myself. My faith has been the thing that has held me down when I had no one, right? When I was crying tears in the bathroom after failing a test or being so confused at what was going to happen in my life next, it was my faith that held me close. It was my faith that said, hey, don't cry. We got this. We got you. And so if I had to impart anything on anybody about a lesson that I've learned going into this faithful year, it's keep God close. Keep God close. I don't know what you got going on. I don't know what you're doing, who you're doing it with. Keep God close. The comfort that you need, the peace that you are seeking in this life, I promise you, you will always find in him. You will always find in him. And I'm going to just leave that at that. I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't feel like I got to say too much. Because if you know, you know. And if you don't, you need to find out. Okay? Sooner than later. Sooner than later. But yeah, I'm doing my lash clusters right now as I sit here and prep with you. I feel like we could just have a little bit of chit chat, a little and then of course, I'll show y'all the scenes, the vibes of the photo shoot, because that's literally so excited. I had some music playing. I had a little jam going, and I was just feeling myself. I was just feeling myself. Another lesson that I'm taking into 30, now that I'm thinking about it, is and it's something that I say quite often. And if you know me, you actually know that I say this. Like, if you know me and you know me, you know that I'm always going to say this: do not call death before death comes. And I think what I mean by saying that is essentially don't jump to conclusions, like, don't let your worries trick you into believing you know how the story is going to end, um, I think we do this often. We assume the worst before we allow a situation to play out. We decide that we already know how the story ends, and we start grieving outcomes before they even happen, you know? And the truth is, half the time the story never plays out the way you thought it was. So why lose your peace worrying about things that haven't even happened, right? Why not give life and faith a chance to surprise you? Why not? Why haven't you done that? Because you sounded real negative. That's what I always think. And so it's definitely a big lesson that I've learned going into 30. I mean, through like moving to and from different states, moving back home, doing school, career, life, chasing after goals, doing all these things. It just makes me realize, like, hey, go after whatever it is that you want, because you never really know the outcome. Why stop myself already because I think I'm not worthy? And I think that's kind of what it boils down to. Sometimes it's like we think that we're not worthy of a good outcome. Oh, bad things always happen to me. So, why is this going to be any different? And it's just like, no. I don't want you to think like that. You deserve goodness. We all deserve goodness. But I think that to have goodness, to really genuinely have goodness in this life, you have to want it for yourself. Nobody else can want that for you. It has to start with you. It has to start with the belief and the confidence that you can have everything that you want in this life. And even if it doesn't work out the way you thought it was going to, it may work out even better. Or there is a lesson behind what happened, right? My husband has been saying this thing where I guess Kobe Bryant has said, or he's reading this book, and it quoted that Kobe Bryant said, I can't wait to fail. And I might be misquoting this. So if you're a Bean fan, I'm sorry, please.
And I indeed did misquote that. What he said is that failing is exciting. Now back to the scheduled program.
And I think the idea of that is the same concept as just like failing forward, always understanding that even if things don't work out the way you want them to work out, and I don't like saying they worked out, they were a failure. It's not that they were a failure. They just didn't work out the way you planned. There is still a lesson. There is still something to be learned by it. And if anything, if it's still something you want, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't let this world tell you no. Clusters off camera because I'm talking and trying to move in a hasty manner. So I'm going to do these off camera and then I'll come back and we can chit chat a little bit more about all the lessons that I've learned going into this. Is the final look. It's looking really cute. It's looking very bronzy. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling excited. Like, I'm getting ready.
I wouldn't say you run. I'm not.
Booba tea.
I know you saw some clips and you probably thought you were going to see more, but honestly, I was just living in the moment of the photo shoot and embracing it for exactly what it was. And I think that's part of what I'm stepping into for this milestone birthday, just letting go of people's perceptions, opinions, and embracing the peace that comes with it. There's a freedom in being carefree, and I'm not talking reckless carefree, not talking about that, but free enough to move through life without the weight of what other people think. Things may not always be perfect, but they're mine and they feel true to me. And I hope that you give yourself that same permission to live in a way that feels good and authentic to you. Because I think that's what really, I know that's what this channel is about. Living authentically and learning how to navigate life in ways that may not always be perfect or polished, but in a way that brings you peace and joy. And I'm sharing these lessons with you, not because I have it all figured out, because trust me, I do not, but because at the end of the day, I believe all of our stories are connected and there is something really powerful and amazing about sharing mine while also hearing yours. So I'd love to hear from you. What is a lesson that you've learned or something that you're looking forward to in this next chapter? Drop it in the comments because I want to hear from you guys. And thank you so much for watching Toni Talk Tuesday, and I'll see you in the next one.